Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah.
Bitch, we fucking. You frontin', bitch, we fucking. You frontin', bitch, we fucking. You frontin', bitch, we fucking. I'm tryna bust that ass, bitch. I'm tryna bust that ass, bitch. I'm tryna bust that ass, bitch.
He's trying to get us. Trying to get us demagged.
No, man. Just trying to,
Bust that.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Woo! Woo! That was unexpected.
Well, you know what? That's the you expect the unexpected with the blank, because we fill in the answers. We never always get the right answers, but we fill in whatever makes sense.
Okay.
And this makes sense.
I got it.
You hear what I'm saying?
I got it.
You frontin', bitch, we fucking. 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 I'm tryna bust that ass, bitch.
Wow.
I'm tryna bust that ass, bitch.
Well,
I'm tryna bust that ass, bitch.
we're definitely getting demagged. Jesus. What are you kids listening to nowadays?
This is art. This is art. This is art.
What are you guys listening to
Oh,
nowadays?
for God's sake!
What happened to Bach
Oh my! The Bach,
and Chopin?
Chopin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Beethoven.
Beethoven. Name me Beethoven's biggest hit.
And
Yeah.
And the Eagles. Huh? What happened to real music?
You went from the Beethoven to Eagle. Wow. Okay. The
Wow.
Eagles.
Just wow, man.
Okay. Well, you know
Just
what?
wow.
We're gonna discuss that, I guess. But
Wow.
anywho, I am Carlos,
And I'm Ryan.
and this is the blank with Carlos and Ryan. Young World. Young World. We've returned to another week, another episode, another edition. Part 2 of Costa Rica. Obviously, we don't say the C's because we represent the B's up in this show.
I don't.
Suwu to the death.
I'm wearing blue on purpose.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, our I guess our red crew will have a bit of a problem with that, but you know what? We can edit it in post. Maybe change the color, edit. AI is a big thing
AI,
now.
huge.
So yeah, we'll change it up. But thank you guys for joining us for another week, another edition, another episode. But yeah, we're here for Costa Rica Part 2. Got some stories to tell, and you know, there was so many stories that we couldn't do in just one episode. We had to make it a double decker.
Definitely.
So figure let's just do that in this show. So Ryan, you want to say hi to the children?
Hey everybody. Welcome to another episode with the blank. Happy Thursday. If you happen to be listening on Thursday, happy Friday if you happen to be listening on Friday, and happy weekend if you happen to be listening on the weekend.
Woo!
Carlos and I definitely
good
do
by the weekend.
The weekend.
Yeah,
it's coming up soon. It's supposed to be a nice weekend too.
For the weekend.
But thank you for joining us for part 2 of the Costa Rica episode. I hope you enjoyed the first one. Sorry, Costa Rica episode.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the first one. We actually got a couple of comments from some of our listeners just about it, so I thought that was pretty cool.
What's the FCC?
Not yeah, we're getting banned. This is actually our very last
about
episode.
That time.
It's our very last.
I knew that party bus was gonna get us. I knew that story was gonna get us banned.
That all that popping.
Yeah, I mean,
popping of the
vagine, the vulva
got us in trouble.
Oh.
But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
What
thank
are
you
the
very
comments?
much. Oh, like, just good episodes, good stories, stuff like that.
Nothing else.
Like you got a couple of comments with like, oh, pop that boy.
Is that right?
Yeah, pop that boy. Yeah, wild, man. Just wild.
Okay.
But
if you guys have something to say about our show, say it to my face.
It was good though.
Okay.
All
that's
good comments.
All right. I'll take your word
But
for
yeah,
it.
this episode we're gonna be doing part 2.
Mm.
Definitely go into a little bit more depth with probably some of the other stuff that we did happen to do.
Right.
Probably just like more of our opinionated kind of stuff too on Costa Rica, or at least I have some opinionated Costa Rica.
Yo,
Sorry,
you're trying to get us like
Um,
killed, bro. What are you doing?
but just like how they're living out there,
Yes.
price cost, because we didn't get to speak too much
We
about
can
that.
talk about the price cost right now. It's expensive as
Yeah.
hell over there. It is. I mean, y'all.
But, yeah.
I'm just saying, if you guys have any inkling or tingling to ever visit Costa Rica,
Yeah.
save your money. All right, save up because that ish gets expensive super duper quick and fast.
Crazy.
Like it's like the first
Crazy.
night we were looking at our receipt from the dinner we had, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Unexpected.
This is a night at Dundas Street, bro.
Yeah. Like for the amount of money that you could go out in Toronto and like have like a good half decent
Absolutely.
meal,
Sure.
maybe a beer,
Sure.
was the same amount that you're paying in Costa Rica.
And it's like we traveled all the way here to
Yeah.
avoid that ish, man.
And I know that like Tamarindo is definitely one of the more touristy spots, if not one of the most tourist spots in all of Costa Rica. Bosta Rica.
Thank you.
But in this case, it was really unexpected. I think that was the one most unexpected thing that I did not anticipate whatsoever. And we probably should have done a little bit more research on it. I'm sure there was maybe ways that we could like look up menus
But isn't
beforehand.
exploring the more fun part?
You're right. And it was fun to get our receipt at the end of the meal
Yeah.
and then get charged what we got charged.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Like we're talking about like, $15, $20 burgers,
Insane.
like pasta dishes around the same price.
Yeah.
Our buddy got 3 tacos from like a taco stand that ended up being like 16, 17 Canadian.
Crazy.
Like those are regular prices in Toronto.
In Toronto?
You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about the Costa Rican wages out there is that it's a lot less. Like it's not majorly less. We're not making like 100 times more than what these people are making. But I looked it up. The average minimum wage worker in Costa Rica makes about $1,000 Canadian, or like $1,100 Canadian. So like, yeah, man, it's not that much different. They're not making that. They are making less. I would say probably on average. There's probably a lot of people that are making less. Like you could probably make a little bit more than $1,000 or $1,100 Canadian a minimum wage in Canada. But it's just crazy, man.
And not all of them make tips.
No, they don't have a tipping culture.
Yeah, they don't have the tipping
They don't have a
culture.
tipping
Not
culture.
all of them. Some places.
Some restaurants are trying
Very,
to sort
very
of take
few,
it
though.
in. It's funny because you can definitely tell that they were very uncomfortable with asking for tips.
Yeah, it was very. Yeah,
It was one of those countries where
hesitation.
they're very probably against it, but then maybe their ownership was like, look, these American people are coming over. They have a
tipping
very
us, we
tipping
just include
culture.
it. Yeah.
Like we tipped for like the shuttle bus and like anything like people were doing good services and all that kind of stuff. We
absolutely.
tipped, but it's like realistically that culture doesn't exist there, which
Right.
is different from what we have, and we appreciated that in that sense. But yeah, it was just a very, very pricey city.
Yes.
In itself, and like it was crazy because like water was expensive. Water was like more expensive than beer.
Like $3 American.
Yeah, water was
like a big bottle.
yeah, like a big bottle. And then like for one restaurant that we went to, this place called La Boca, great food,
Great food.
right on the strip, like the
Awesome.
main strip. Great food. They had I got a
Great
steak.
spot.
Great spot. Everyone kind of ate something different, which is
Yeah.
really great. The salad was great.
I had me a grilled chicken. They
He
made
had
it
a grilled
artsy.
chicken, a very artsy grilled
Yeah.
chicken that was delicious looking.
Fantastic.
Carl said probably one of the best chickens he's ever had in his life.
I'd say so. I will honestly, and I'm not even exaggerating. I would say that's probably one of the best chicken
And
meals.
we'll definitely talk about more of the food stuff in a
Yeah.
second. But we ordered a water bottle from that
Yes.
restaurant, 2 of them actually.
Yes.
Because in Costa Rica, it's not really regular for tourists to drink the tap water.
Tap water, right?
Even though supposedly people say it's fine. We just try to avoid it as much as we can. Obviously, there were times where we had to. So, PSA to everybody that is looking to go to Costa Rica, you can technically drink the water out there. But
they're kind of iffy about it. It's
yeah,
kinda
I
like
think they're iffy
some
about it.
places
Yeah.
are like, you should.
Like there was one time where we were trying to boil water,
Yeah.
in a pot, and it came with all these like white flakes at the bottom of the thing. And we didn't know if that was the pot or the water, and like whether it's like fluoride or something like that,
Right.
or something else that we're just not used to realistically. So we ended up throwing it away. So just watch out for that if you do plan on going to Costa Rica. Definitely bottled water is the way to go because their bottled water is great. But we paid 4,500 colones for a water bottle that night at the restaurant.
Gross.
And you know how much 4,500 colones is? That's about, I think, $14 or $15 Canadian for a water bottle in at a restaurant. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Mental.
Literally flabbergasted. I'm like, I can't believe it costed that much. If it was like half that, I would have been okay. I understand. You know, it's a nice restaurant.
Even half of that is crazy.
Even that, $7 for a bottle of water, and like I get it because it was a nice
blasphemous.
restaurant. You know, you're sitting outside. The food was
not
great.
even like the higher up water. It's not like Dasani or like your, you know, it's like their local water.
But crazy, man, absolutely crazy. So like, the one thing I sort of learned about the pricing structure out there is that all of the cheap stuff is kind of expensive, but the expensive stuff is kind of cheap. If that makes sense.
I hear that.
So like, I don't know if you have an example for this, but like, let's say, you know, you'd order like a salad or something like that, or their main dish called the cosado. This is like the main cultural dish within Costa Rica, from my understanding. I don't know if it's the official one, but it's called the cosado, which normally contains rice, beans, some sort of salad, and some sort of protein. You know, mainly the rice and beans are kind of like the standard or the staple of the cosado. In this case, and the cosado itself, you're looking at like, you know, $10, $11, which I guess is okay. You know, you think it'd be a little bit more cheaper,
right?
In comparison, like for the stuff that they happen to get, you're in a third world country,
right?
But it ended up being around $11 or $10. But if you go order like a ribeye steak, which is, I got one of them one night, it was only $40. So $40 for a good ribeye steak, and it was delicious. I'm not going to say they didn't do it well; they did a great job with it. Ribeye steak, but that ribeye steak, if you take that to like Harbor 60 or like the Keg or any sort of like restaurant within Canada, like easily $100. Yeah, no problem. Yep. So like that was cheap if you're looking to eat that kind of stuff. Another one of the things that we had on the beach, which it's hard to beat because you had a great view, you're right on the beach. We had a iguana on our tree above us, and that was giving us shade. But I ordered a whole deep fried fish. Huge, you know, at least like, I don't know, 3/4 of a foot, like 10 inches big fish.
You really emphasize the 10 inches. Is everything
but
right
no,
there,
I'm just saying it's a big fish.
Right.
But you know, we got it deep fried, delicious. That thing was $42 Canadian.
Crazy.
That dish, but $42 sitting on the beach, I get that, but then that dish here would easily be like a $60, $70 fish if they were to deep fry it the way that they did. Absolutely delicious, but just crazy. I don't know if you have any kind of stories on your end about how expensive some of the food was.
I think you cleared it all up. It's
crazy,
it's expensive as hell.
For water bottles,
yeah.
So they have water bottles. I think the standard liter, like it's like a 2-liter water bottle or something like that. So we ended up buying 6 of them in a pack. So what is that? 2 times 6? That's 12 liters.
Yeah.
So 12 liters of water in these water bottles. It ended up being $20 Canadian. Crazy. That could have been like, and that the water in Canada, if you were to buy bottled water, that would be like, I don't know, maybe like $7, $6 or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that was just outrageous. So the food pricing is absolutely stupid out there.
Nonsense.
But yeah, definitely look out for that if you ever plan on going to Costa Rica.
The day we were coming back, we went. We were at the airport. Buddy of mine got a burger.
Did you eat at the airport?
I didn't eat at the airport.
You took my advice.
Well, I actually got M&Ms and what else I got? I think I had like a Sprite and M&Ms. It ended up coming out to like $15.
Oh my god!
And a buddy of mine got a burger, just a burger, no drink, no fries. It was $25 American.
Holy crap!
$25.
Yeah. It's another story about their airport as well. So when I was flying back, our buddy, he got in Arizona, and we all know that Arizona is in Canada. They have the 99-cent rule.
Line, yeah.
If not, it's maybe $1.25 at most or something like that. Regardless, that's it's beat inflation. It's a great product.
Yeah.
If you want to drink, got in Arizona, and then I think there was like a language barrier, so he like pulls the Arizona and goes 99 cents to her, and she's like, see, right? And then he buys it, gets his bill. He just taps his card. Didn't think too much
Oh,
about it.
okay, yeah.
Taps his card. Looks at it again. Fucking $9 US for that Arizona. Crazy. Was it like $12 Canadian for the drink? He's like, this better be the best damn Arizona I've ever had in my entire life. I'm like, I hope so, man.
Because
God,
$9 will do that. That
Yeah.
would yeah. That ruins
Unbelievable,
relationships.
it's unbelievable.
But that's why we tell these are the horror stories of Tamarindo. Great place though, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
just save up your money is all I'm saying. If you're gonna stay there for a week or so.
It was definitely unexpected. I don't think I budgeted well enough to know that the food was going to be that expensive. At that
I
point,
ran out of American cash
Yeah.
fast, is what I'm saying.
like at that point, you're kind of already out there, so you're like, okay, whatever. But
And
Yeah, it
then
was-
with the
it was
WestJet
tough.
thing, that did not
oh yeah,
help
No.
our scenario
No.
very much. But
Yeah, because even that we had to spend an extra money
Extra
just to
money,
stay,
yep.
like all that kind of stuff. It was
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. But yeah, save up, kids. That's one rule we have. But other than that, get ready if you're going for a party bus. It's all worth it in the end. It's all worth it in the end.
But so like food and drink, Carlos. Like, what do you got to say about the food and drink? Like aside from the price.
Before we get into that, I want to address some people's kids this week.
Oh, okay.
You know, before we get into
All
that,
right, please do.
we'll Bosta Rica it up all episode, I promise. But there was some people's kids this week that really grinded my
It
gears.
needs to be addressed.
Yeah. All right. So there was a story of a situation in Philadelphia where a girl is at a Dollar Tree. Now, for you Canadians, Dollar Tree is a dollar store, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
The Dollarama equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have a Dollar Tree here in Canada too, but they're not everywhere.
Yeah, they're not as big.
But yeah, it's a dollar store. So girls shopping, carrying out her day, looking for things, and a male walks into the store, and for some strange reason, starts masturbating in the store.
Wait, you tell me you've never masturbated in a random store before?
Is that
Especially
thing?
a Dollar
'Cause I
Tree?
would love to. I mean, I would love to get their take on it. Like, what the is your problem? Like, what are you doing, dude?
You tell me you never masturbated.
I can't say I have. If that's a
alright.
new thing, please
Alright.
enlighten me.
All right.
Let's talk to some of these weirdos out there that be doing that weird shit.
Sorry, go on.
Anyway, it's all good. Anyway, the male is masturbating and he proceeds to release on the innocent bystander the female's leg. The woman realizes it. She chases the man. The man gets away, and the poor girl is left traumatized, crying. Now, when I first saw the
It's
video,
messed up.
I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, the girl's screaming out." I'm like, "This is a really messed up video." I chuckled. I'm not gonna lie because I'm like, on paper, the story is insane.
Yeah.
But however, when I heard the girl's cries, it genuinely it broke my heart. I felt so bad for this girl. This girl's probably traumatized for the rest of her life.
Definitely.
Like she's probably never gonna trust men again after this shit.
No.
And my thing is, to the guy that did it, what would
What in the world?
why on earth would you come to you making a decision like that? You know what I mean? Like, why did you go in that store thinking, damn, this is what I need to do? Or if you're any of you freaking perverts out there that do that shit, what's your deal?
Yeah.
Like, come on, like you ran away after, so clearly you know it's not okay.
Yeah.
So obviously the guy is on some people's kids.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, bro, I hope they catch this guy. And
They have a picture of him, don't they?
they do have surveillance of the guy.
Okay.
And I read one comment. All I'm saying is they can just scrape up the semen and then they scan for DNA, and then boom, they probably catch the guy, right?
Literally. If he's like in like the national database.
And also,
or something like that.
you had the video. Do you know what the dude's T-shirt said?
No.
It's not gonna lick itself. So you know this shit was premeditated.
Definitely.
So this is like first degree
Yeah.
ejaculation.
He definitely has like fantasies of just walking into a random Dollar Tree,
dude.
whipping
There's
it out,
only,
and then hoping that somebody responds
bro. Listen, like
in a
I,
positively sexual
I
manner.
enjoy sex just like any other regular guy, sure. But there's only so many fantasies that limit just to the bedroom, fellas. I don't get you. What's going on, guys?
Down bad, man.
I mean, is it that bad?
He's down bad.
Jeez, man. Like, that's gross. That is like
Yeah.
legit disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, that story is like super,
It's
super, super
insane.
messed up.
It's insane.
And it's like the guy. You definitely need to go to jail. You definitely need to be put away, or
Dude, like,
taken away.
be labeled as a sex offender for the rest of
Yeah,
your
definitely.
life.
Because that honestly is like an assault.
It's
It's
an
100%
absolute sexual
assault.
assault.
Like, so it's like something needs to be done about that. Hopefully they find the person. Sorry to the victim.
I'm genuinely like I genuinely am
Yeah.
sorry to the victim.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry you had to go through that. I really hope you're okay.
it's traumatic, man. Like
Absolutely.
that girl will probably never be able to shop without being on her toes,
Right?
or like being able to kind of do anything in public, go forward. You know what I mean? Like you're just kind of so scared about anybody, and then anybody that sort of looks sketchy, in a way, it's like I can't even walk past that person like properly, go forward. It takes a lot of like recovery and a lot of like trying to get back to normal, but it's going to be tough for that person. So yeah, they're literally traumatized for probably the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Just because of one fucking predatorial, fucking horny ass dude that just, yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
hopefully they find. Yeah,
I mean,
welcome to some
hopefully they
people's
find
kids.
dude.
Do they know the person's name? They probably.
I don't know if they know the name. I know the video surveillance of the guy came out. I think Meek Mill put out like a $3,000 bounty.
Oh really?
To find
Oh wow. Well, good for Meek.
him. Yeah,
That's
so
good.
Let's hope he gets caught. But yeah,
Yeah, super messed up.
that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Let's continue on with how Costa Rica screwed us financially. All right, so you're just asking about the food.
So I'm talking about the food and
there.
drink now. We'll talk about something positive.
Yes,
or at least a little bit
let's lean into
positive.
our positivity here.
Before break.
Negative in the account balance, but positive
Mm-hmm.
for the experience.
And the way that our checking works.
Yeah, so it's
has
negative and
to-
positive, and my overdraft and
got to come through.
yeah,
It takes a couple days.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah,
classic. All right, so the food pretty solid out there, I will say.
What would you give it, like an overall?
Overall for everything we
10,
placed,
out of 10,
every
yeah.
place we went to.
Yeah, out
Out of 10.
Like if someone was
A
like, "Hey,
9.
Coast," you give it a 9. Wow, that's a huge number. Damn.
I really enjoyed the food.
Wow,
it was really good food.
that's good to hear.
And we didn't just have like, I don't even. Yeah, well, no, I had like the regular Costa Rica food, but we also like we branched out. We had like, we had Indian food out there.
Yeah, which was quite good.
Argentinian food.
Yeah, Argentinian food. Mediterranean. Twice.
Yes.
Yeah, that place was that good.
Yes. So yeah, we really branched out there. But
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, no, it was a good Tamarindo's really good for food, I will say. As expensive as it is, really solid.
Yeah. Which is like shocking because like honestly, everything was good out there. I maybe had like 2 decent meals. I was like, okay, like that was edible, that was good. But I wasn't like I'd go back there to eat again there. It's like, yeah, that was good. You know what I mean? But there's certain things that's like I wouldn't want again. You know what I mean? But
yeah, man.
Out of the 2 times that we were there, like out of the 2 dishes, everything else was like at least like a fucking 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 dish, which is crazy because that rarely happens. I find even in Toronto, you'll find some stuff that you don't like. You know what I mean? Like, but literally 98% of the things that we ate out there, if not 99%, was all good. Crazy. And then like we're slowly just learning about people's stories and how they got there and like where they're from and all that kind of stuff. So it's like a lot of like, I guess Costa Rica is one of those countries where they invite a lot of people to come in, and you'll get like an Indian restaurant, you'll get a Argentinian restaurant, then you'll get like, obviously the good Costa Rican food, but then you'll get like a good burger. Like I think I had a burger out there, it was delicious. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I had a burger out
yeah,
there.
it was like, man, it was a good burger. Like,
Not $25 good, but it was
yeah, not
good.
20, but yeah, but it's
And
crazy.
luckily, it wasn't $25. Thank
Yeah.
goodness. But
Tacos were good.
yes,
Like, yeah, the
that
food
was
out
great.
there in Tamarindo, and we can't say too much for other cities because we didn't get to visit too many of the other ones. But yeah, great food scene. You can pretty much just get anything that you're really looking for, and it would be
Speaking of the
delicious.
Indian restaurant, to the waitress that served me my food, hola.
Wow,
You
wow,
could tell she was charmed.
wow,
I'm just saying,
wow,
just throwing it out there.
wow.
Just
I had
saying.
no idea.
I'm just saying.
I was waiting for my Indian food.
Well, you got to pay attention, man.
God,
It's not all about the food. It's
God.
not all about the damn food.
God damn.
Eat the food. Eat the food.
It was good. The food was
Yeah,
good.
no, food's great.
Yeah. What about the
Food's great.
drinks? I know you ordered
Drinks
many,
were
many.
solid.
If you know Carlos by
Okay,
now,
all right.
many Long Islands have been consumed in his
Okay,
life.
All right. Let's not. Okay.
More than what other people would have in their regular
What?
lifetime.
Hold on.
Carlos has had many lifetimes worth of Long Island iced teas. So everybody, Carlos got a few of them. I didn't
Yeah.
count, but he got a good amount.
I had a
How were
few.
the drinks? Were they good? Did they make them good?
I remember.
Were they strong? Were they
what-
not?
I forget where it was. It was a really good Long Island. I think it was at La Boca. I could be wrong though, but I'm almost sure it was
$15
at La Boca.
waters?
I'm like, damn, that was a really good Long Island.
$15 waters,
Yeah.
but great Long
Yeah, I
Islands.
mean, for that price, it better be.
Crazy.
It better be. But yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, La Boca. That was a hidden gem. We weren't even supposed to plan to go there.
No, I think we just
We
randomly
just
walked there.
We just like,
walked in.
let's check this place out.
Yeah,
And I'm
why
really
not?
glad we went in because it
Yeah.
was a solid spot.
It was very good.
Great drink. Yeah, great drink. The service was great. The waitress was really nice there.
Yep.
Hola.
Wow. Carlos probably has a kid out in Costa Rica right
No
now.
idea.
man.
Calm down. Ain't no way.
I would not be
ain't
surprised.
no way, man.
Would
I
not-
was on my best behavior.
Would not be surprised.
The only things that were spread that weekend was the word of God.
They got like some like crazy churches. I saw a Scientology church out there.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Where?
I did. It was like on the one of the routes to the
you saw a church of Scientology.
yeah, but it was
in Costa
very
Rica.
small. It wasn't like huge.
Oh,
By any
I
means.
was
It was
like,
a very
what?
small, like literally a one building Scientology church, and then I saw a Mormon church as well.
Okay, now that makes sense.
So
I understand.
They're everywhere, man. They're everywhere.
Scientology church
Yeah,
in Costa Rica.
pretty like
They're taking
yeah,
over, huh?
everywhere, man. Everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Very small, so the sect isn't huge by any means.
Damn.
But yeah, it was very interesting.
Who knew?
But yeah, the drinks were fucking delicious.
Mm.
I had mojitos the whole time. I had this thing called
I had me a bunch of mojitos, rum and coke,
Coco Loco. The drinks are strong. They're definitely heavy-handed there.
Oh yes.
Imperials.
Oh no, they
pour.
Oh my goodness.
They pour.
I mean, folks, if you guys are looking for drinky drinks, they
in Toronto they like pour it in that
it's like a
little
little
measure,
tip.
and then they like
yeah.
they'll cut it off,
Yes.
save the little bit,
Yes.
throw it back in the bottle.
No,
there,
they want you nice and drunk.
they'll put it in
Yeah.
while still pouring.
They're trying to distract you from the bill, is what they're doing.
Yeah,
out
pretty
there.
much. That's pretty much what they're doing.
So, but folks, I'm telling you, they get you nice and drunk out there.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
We went to a few. How many clubs do you think we went to? Like one?
I only consider the one.
The one, right?
Yeah,
What's
with
it
the
called?
one. So there is this another one called the Funky Monkey or something like that. Something with monkey in the
some
name.
Monkey. Yeah, I know.
Smiling
I wanted
Monkey.
to go. Apparently, that place is on and popping.
Yeah, so the night that everyone's supposed to go, which is on Friday. So if you plan on going to Tamarindo on Fridays, that's the place to go. It's like the Funky Monkey or the Smiling Monkey.
On and we couldn't go,
But because it was fucking stormed. We had a rain for like 12 hours that day, and it like flooded the whole place. And that club, there's no roof supposedly.
Oh, okay.
So it's all open. So that's why nobody would have went. So if anybody, they would have went to the other clubs. But
and plus, with me, I'll explain it after the break. I had a few hiccups during the trip.
Wow.
But I'll explain.
We'll get back after the break. But
But
drinks, food, expensive.
yes.
Yeah. Tamarindo.
And
Wait
sexual assault while shopping is a no-no.
Yeah.
So
We'll hit our break.
yeah, so we'll be right back after this break. Burm, 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 burm.
Strong contrast. I guess that's how you keep yourself out.
Till I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you.
Oh fuck, I forgot I had my
Thoughts?
I had my Invisalign.
Thoughts?
What are you trying to kill me?
All right.
Give me the iPhone.
It's a video.
Give me the iPhone. Video.
Okay. No talking, no description. No. Oh. All right.
And we're back, baby.
It's the Goof Troop. I put a lot better up. Yeah.
Disney?
You better believe it. Goof Troop. One of the greatest intros to any
That's
animated
from the
show.
80s.
90s.
Was it 90s?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Like father, like son. They're always having fun. Like buddies, they're pals. Down.
I wonder if like shows nowadays have the same intros.
No.
I'm
Not
pretty
even
sure
close.
we spoke about that.
They used to have like actual like rappers,
Yeah.
like famous like
Famous
artists
people who
sing
did
the
it, yeah.
intros to these songs. Ain't no one doing that now.
You think it's too expensive?
Yeah.
Or you think like Hollywood just doesn't care about that kind of stuff anymore?
Because no one cares about children's shows anymore. They don't care about intros. All they care about is money.
It's terrible.
Merchandise.
Terrible.
And there's no quality in these shows anymore.
Terrible.
What can you do? But hey. But you know what they don't have? Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, baby. That's what we have. We are back from the break, and we're going to continue with our Costa Rica stories. Before the break, I did tell you about my hiccups, and I'm going to get into it. All right, I'm going to get into it.
I don't know what he's talking about here.
Oh, shut up! It'll be fine.
Um,
So it was the day of the catamaran. We were preparing to go. We were at a restaurant. We were sitting. What was it? It was Taco Tuesday. Was it Taco
I think
Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. So it was
It
like
was,
$3 for like.
It was $10 US for 3 tacos. I think
Yes.
it was
For any of the tacos.
any tacos.
Any
yeah.
mix and match.
It's pretty good.
It was not bad.
It's good tacos.
Pretty good.
I thought they were good.
Yeah. So I'm eating the tacos, and as I'm eating and drinking and stuff, enjoying the meal, I start feeling weird, and not just like very feverish. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Weird,
with me?
man.
And we have a boat ride in like maybe like 20 minutes.
And this is a long boat ride.
Yeah.
It's like a 3 or 4 hour
Yeah.
boat ride. It's no
So-
joke.
So
We're in the ocean.
yeah. So we get on the boat, and I'm finally on. I'm enjoying this sights. It's beautiful. We're in the open waters. The mountains are gorgeous. Everything's great. But I'm just sitting there like, what the hell is wrong with me? I'm feeling
Punch in the
like-
face.
like feverish. Like, dude, I have zero energy right now.
Came
I
out
don't
of
wanna do
nowhere.
anything.
Came out of
And I'm
nowhere.
like, guys, I'm gonna go sit in the boat, like sit inside, because they have there's the catamaran where you can sit outside and view everything, whereas there's an indoor thing where you can sit inside. So I sit inside, and like I'm in there for like maybe 90% of the boat ride. I was maybe outside for like
Yeah.
20 minutes, maybe, or 30 minutes roughly. But the majority of it, I'm sitting inside. I'm not even sleeping. I'm just sitting there, just like, oh my god. This is. I have no energy, no nothing.
Do you yak?
No, I didn't yak.
You
or
didn't
anything.
yak?
No yak, no nothing.
So there was this really odd bathroom where if anyone's been on a catamaran, you got to
Yeah.
climb down like a
Climb
ladder
down like a ladder
to get down to this
Yeah.
thing. So I saw Carlos go in one of the times, and I'm like, man, I hope he's not yakking, like he's
No.
like seasick or something like that.
No yak.
But yeah, Carlos was not looking hot. You know,
Which
he
is weird
just
because I don't get seasick or anything, so I'm just wondering.
yeah,
what
he's
the
been
hell
on
is wrong.
We've been on catamarans together before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great
So,
times.
Yeah, but I'm wondering what the hell is wrong with me.
Mhm.
So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh God, I feel horrible. I feel rough. And the catamaran, the service of these guys were great. You know, I got me a few drinks. They were not bad, except for this one dude who said he was going to get me a rum and coke, and he never got it for me. So you know what, you son of a mind you, he got their drinks on time, just like that.
Hey,
but
man.
now I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for my drink. So you know
Hey,
what, you
man.
son of a bitch. If you're listening to me and you're watching this, you failed to provide a sick person a drink.
Hey, man. Hey.
Anyway, moving on. Moving along. They were great providers. They provided food and drinks. They were very kind. They were very nice to everybody, which we appreciated.
Yep.
So came near the end of the catamaran, and out of nowhere it starts raining.
Oh yeah.
And not just raining, like pouring rain. So this is bad. This is code red. They're like, everyone, we need to get you off the boat. They were supposed to land us on the land as soon as possible, but they're like, yeah, no, this is bad,
Yeah.
bad.
So just to quickly cut in there really
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
So if you're ever on a boat and you're not the captain, you're not somebody that's been on this boat many a time, you're just on vacation or something like that, there are two indications that there's something going on and something wrong that I noticed at this point in time. I was ready to jump off
Oh my days.
the side if this happened.
This guy's so
And it
extra.
sort of did.
Oh Jesus.
So the first thing is when the boat starts speeding past other boats.
Yes.
Because we're at one point, we passed another catamaran. They were still partying, going crazy. The sky's getting gray. They're still going nuts. I'm waving at them because I'm drunk. And then the second one is if you ever look at the captain of the boat and he's freaking out, he's up on his feet and he's, like all ahoy like matey,
sweating a
all
little bit, not from the rain.
He doesn't look like he's chilling because in the beginning of the catamaran, he's laid back. He's like,
he's with
he's
his
literally
kids. His kids are on the catamaran.
His kids are on the catamaran, and he's literally like navigating or steering with his feet. Like he was drinking a beer and like chilling, this and that, laid back. It was great. And then as soon as he got up on his feet and was like all hands on deck, that's when you had to start panicking.
Yeah.
So we pretty much got caught in a storm.
Yes.
Like a tropical rainstorm while we're on this catamaran, and we were like a good 20 minutes off of land, like from where we were. So 20 minutes on a boat, that's pretty far.
That's quite.
We went to a whole other area of Costa Rica where they took us to a private beach. It was absolutely beautiful, by the way. You could snorkel, all that kind of stuff, but just crazy. So those are the two indications for anybody that is on a boat and you're not a sailor by any means. If you're flying past other boats and your captain's freaking the fuck out, that's when you're going to start panicking. But sorry.
This is code red.
But go ahead, sorry.
Code red. So we stop in the middle of the ocean, and usually there's supposed to be like a mini boat that takes us to actual land.
Yes.
So we're waiting for the mini boat. As we're getting on, it's raining, it's pouring like crazy. And then as soon as everyone is on the mini boat, thunder and lightning starts coming out. So we're all like, oh shit, this is getting serious.
Yeah.
So the boat is racing to land. As soon as it hits land, everyone starts bolting. Everyone, and even the guys are like, "Underlay, everyone, get off the boat!" It
was crazy. He was like, "Vamonos, vamonos, like, hurry the fuck up!" But it was crazy because people were pulling their phones out.
Yes,
like our marketing director pulled her phone out and then literally took a picture of the storm. It was like, I don't have the picture. Otherwise, I'd love to post it for us. I'll try to get it after the fact. I know one of our buddies also took another really cool picture of being in the storm, but we were literally in this rickety boat.
Yeah.
Like flying back to land while it's pouring rain in the middle of this rainstorm. Absolutely crazy. Everyone's panicking.
Yep.
This and that. But yeah, sorry. Go
So
ahead.
then we run on. So we're on the land. We rented a golf cart for us to travel back and forth from our place to Tamarindo.
Yeah.
So we parked our golf cart. It's covered in rain at this point.
Yeah.
So we run back to the golf cart. We sit in there. We're like, all right, drive, let's go. It's freaking pouring still. Thunder and
Worse than it
lightning.
was.
Yes, much
Yeah.
worse than it was
Yeah.
before. So we're driving out, and we finally make it back to our place. And as we enter, the gate opens. As we're entering our place, I hear the loudest thunder I have ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like literally right next to my ear.
Yeah.
Loud. I'm like, holy shit.
It must have hit like a tree or something, like
It
probably
was
within like a couple of like
dude, it literally
maybe within like
sounded
100
it was,
meters.
like, right
Yeah.
here.
Like literally 5 meters,
Yeah.
like 10 meters, like literally a meter away from you, right in your ear, the loudest bang.
Yeah.
Like a gunshot that just went off.
We're just like,
Crazy.
holy shit.
Yeah.
So I'm telling my dude, yo, park the fucking golf cart. Let's go inside. And so we go in. I'm like, oh, fuck. So we're soaking wet. Everyone's just like, oh, God. I just went to my room and I fucking laid in bed and I just comatosed for the rest of the night because I was still feeling some type of way about the fucking.
What a way to end it.
I was just like, dude, I'm done. I'm fucking comatose. That's it. So I fucking get in my coma. Apparently, I was asleep for quite a while.
Definitely. We made dinner that night.
Yeah, they made dinner.
We
and
made
I
dinner.
missed it, and I woke up, and I'm like, I still feel a little weird, but I'm all right. So I hang out with you guys for a little bit. We drinking, watching TV. Then I ended up going back to bed again.
Still raining.
Still raining.
Pouring
from
rain.
From hours from when I went to sleep. It's
Pouring
still raining.
Yeah.
And lightning too, still going on. And I go back to bed. I wake up in the morning. I'm a little better, but then my lip starts feeling like inflated. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I look in the mirror and my lip is swollen. I'm like, what the is this? What is going on with me?
Not good.
So yeah, so I'm like, what the hell is going on? So everyone's like, oh God, Carlos, what's wrong? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. So my lip is swollen. So I'm walking around town and I'm looking like a goddamn leper. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to? I can't be talking to Gyal like this now, man. You know what I mean? I had plans. I was trying to talk to Gyal, and like, man, I can't have these chicks thinking I have like an STI and shit. That ruined my plan.
Damn.
So now I'm walking around with like either a bandana or like, just we're going to dinner and I'm like, I've been swollen lips and whatnot. I'm like, ugh, this sucks. But then, so luckily it's all kind of a little calmed down now. I can't, you probably can't tell from here, but there's kind of like a cut. But I'm managing. It's swollen. It's not swollen now, but it was pretty rough before. But yeah. Other than that, it was actually not a bad trip.
Yeah. So like, it was weird because the day that we were on the catamaran, it was hot as shit.
Yes, very.
The sun was like glaring in the day before the whole storm, all that kind of stuff. So then what we were thinking is like, maybe Carlos is getting like a minor heat stroke or something like that, because that's like definitely bad. And like, it's hard because we're so busy doing things the whole trip that you forget sometimes to drink water and like be hydrated and like all that kind of stuff. So definitely the heat out there is no joke. Like, you don't allow that to like get to you at any point in time.
Absolutely.
Please remember to like drink water if you're planning on going to Costa Rica. Sunscreen, all that kind of stuff.
Sunscreen.
Because it really gets bad. And like, we thought that it was part of that. I'm sure maybe a little bit of it was. It was just extremely, extremely hot. So we definitely were like, drinking 2 glasses of water per, pina colada or per rum and coke or whatever like that, just to kind of stay hydrated. So that was definitely a scary part of the trip in itself. And it sucks because you want to try to maximize the amount of time that you're there, but when you get sick, it's like there's not much more you can do.
What else could I do? I mean, the rain kind of helped, I guess, with limiting the whole.
Yeah, it limits you from having to go outside and all that kind of stuff. But
it's like it sucked. But it was not bad though. It was. I still talk to people.
Yeah.
Me being all mutilated and whatnot. Yeah. It was not bad. It was a good trip. I enjoyed it. Still went to the club. I had to bang out with my bandana a little bit, but I had to rep the set, purple and red. That's how I go
God.
till I'm dead. You know what I mean? But that's how I do, baby. You got to manage.
Yeah.
Don't let anything hold you back, folks. Even if you have even if your lips looks like it was botched surgery, don't let it stop you from talking to Geldem. Okay, talk to whoever you want. If they ask you questions, just be like, baby, I don't know what's wrong with my lips, but maybe if you kiss it better, it'll feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I thought Carlos,
Oh boy,
put himself in a situation.
what the hell?
You know,
Oh please, when did I have the time to do that?
pink eye, but on the lip.
Oh, shut up.
You know,
Ew. When did
Eat
I have
it-
had to do that?
eating the wrong
I
OVO.
want to be clear.
You know,
Although,
I don't know.
oh, speaking of, I
I
was
wasn't
approached.
I wasn't with Carlos 24/7 of this
Go.
trip.
Here we go. Here we
I
go.
slept sometimes.
Ugh.
I was, out and about sometimes. There
Right.
was times where Carlos could have been anywhere.
He ain't lying.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was worried.
Here we go.
Here
we go. I appreciate that. Thanks. At least you're happy for me getting it. Fuck you. Anyway, but there was that situation at the club we went to at the White Lotus.
Yeah, so that club's actually really cool.
It was
Go
not a
check
bad
it out.
club.
It's it's on the third
it was
floor
a
of this
Wednesday
building.
night, and it was ladies' night
Yeah.
that night.
It was a big. Yeah, there's a lot
And
of people there.
It turned out great.
A lot of people there.
Yeah, a lot of
Tons of fun.
It turned out great. There was that situation. We were at the White Lotus. We were drinking and enjoying our time and whatnot. And what happened? So we were outside. Everyone was smoking. I don't smoke, but I was outside with everybody. Taking a breather from all the
Chilling.
jamming. And there was this couple that came up to us. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And there was a couple that came up to us, and the lady starts grabbing onto me. And she's like holding, touching, getting a little touchy feely with me. I'm like, okay, what's happening here?
She
What's
wanted
going
the
on here?
Los.
I mean, and
She
I
wanted the
I
Los.
couldn't blame her. I looked pretty good that night.
She wanted
so
the
I
Los
can't blame her.
Meister.
I couldn't blame her. But I'm speaking with her, and I don't understand what this woman is saying. Like, her accent is like a very strong Hispanic accent.
And she was obliterately drunk.
Yeah. Oh my.
She was
God.
probably more than drunk.
Blasted.
She probably had like cocaine in her system.
Bro, she was blasted. She was on
probably
some
like a
shit.
whole bunch of shit.
Absolutely. So she was like talking about how she does real estate internationally. She has houses in different countries, and I don't know. I'm like, I don't. Are you trying to like get me to be a part of this like pyramid scheme that you're trying to get me into? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But she's like trying to hold my hand, and she's touching feely. I'm trying to understand what she's saying, but like, yeah, she's clearly blasted. And her husband was with her. This is right in front of her husband too.
Yep, he was right there.
Literally right there talking to us. And
low key,
like, yeah.
Sorry to low key. We think Tamarindo's sort of a swinger.
I mean, we've heard stories. Even the group that they were saying that one of the groups at our party bus thing was a bunch of swingers.
Yeah. So if you are into swinging, and I'm not talking about the playground swings. Tamarindo happened to seem like it's one of those places. Apparently,
these are alleged.
We weren't
confirmed.
We weren't in there.
Yeah.
I didn't give my keys to no fishbowl.
I'm just saying our only firsthand experience was at the White Lotus, where I mean, it was they didn't overtly say, "Hey, we're swingers," but their actions spoke of swingatry, if you will.
Yes. Perfect way to put it. Perfect way.
Yeah. So
sorry.
I was talking, and my buddy of mine's like, "Hey, Carlos, go inside." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." So I go inside. And I don't even know if I was mid conversation with her. I think I was done the conversation with her at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm going inside. I'm drinking with my buddy. We're chilling. And then maybe after like half an hour, I come back out. The other friend of mine that was still outside was like, "Hey, man, that girl is actually really pissed off that you." I'm like, "What?"
Yep.
Like, yeah, I don't know if she was pissed off, but like she definitely gave you like a dirty look when you left.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh."
Yep. I was there.
Well,
I was there.
Well, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Next time, if you're interested in Carlos, don't be a swinger and don't be blastedly drunk.
So the crazy thing, and I don't want to talk too much about them and like try to badmouth them in any sort of way, because they were very like, they're just people.
Yeah.
But I was having the full conversation when Carlos left with them. after the fact, and I can definitely got like swinger vibes from them. They were calling like our marketing director like absolutely beautiful, and she's like, "Oh, is that your wife?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my wife." And then she's like, "Oh, well, like you're really beautiful too." I'm like, "Thank you." I'm like, "You're very good looking yourself," kind of thing, you know.
The
Just
guy
to like,
said that.
no, the lady.
Ah, okay.
So then afterwards, and this is where the whole like conspiracy theory shit comes in, and like how Americans, I wouldn't even say conspiracy theory, but it's just real. And I don't want to badmouth Americans on our podcast by any means. Like we're going to America in
Right.
a couple of weeks,
Yes.
stuff like that, and we'll definitely talk about that probably in our next episode. But they were very war friendly
Yes,
and
yes.
war weapons
Yeah.
progressive
Yes.
in that sense, saying about how like China has all these drones, and
Mm.
if we're not preparing ourselves, and they're going to shoot missiles at us,
Yeah.
and then we're going to shoot missiles at China, and how Canada's going to be exposed and all that kind of stuff. But it was very interesting to get that perspective from like a true diehard American.
And mind you, they have like accents. So they weren't like, I don't think they were even born in the
No.
U.S.
They were from Texas.
Yeah, they lived in
like that.
Texas.
Yeah, they lived in
but
Texas.
like
Yeah,
they had Hispanic accents.
but very interesting.
They're very
Very
interesting
interesting
indeed.
people.
I remember when we were leaving that night. So a buddy of mine, we were on our golf cart, and when one of our buddies was missing, and I'm like, all right, let me go check up on him. I'm like, yo, we're about to. I go upstairs while you guys were at the cart.
Yes.
And checking. I'm like, yo, we're about to leave. He's like, no, but you know what? I'm gonna stay, man. I'm gonna party. I'm like, all right, because we have a hike the next day, so we can't stay out too late. Say word.
Just making sure.
Oh my god. This guy, wow, you have ops driving by the street or anything?
Downtown Toronto, man.
Oh man,
Downtown Toronto.
All
You can't always be
Yeah,
too
okay,
careful.
All right. So yeah, we had a hike the next morning. Like we had to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And this is like what time? It was like 12 o'clock at that time.
I think we left at like 12.
So we needed sleep, and we needed to leave like ASAP. So he's like, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna chill out. I'm like, all right, man. I'll see you in the morning. So as I'm coming back down, an elderly Hispanic Costa Rican woman is coming up. And
how
she
old
looks
do you think this lady might have been?
Maybe like late 50s, early
Late
60s.
50s.
Yeah,
Woo!
late 50s, early 60s.
Woo!
So she looks at me. Actually, no, mid 50s. I'll give her
Mid
that.
50s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's like,
Was
oh,
it good mid 50s? Like she looked good?
Not really, no.
Oh. She going into White Lotus?
Not that good. She was going into White Lotus as I was leaving. And she's like, oh,
God.
yes. It's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going home. I'm trying to sleep. It's like, no, why can't you stay? I'm like,
Woo-wee.
I have a hike in the morning. I'm not. It's like, oh, please, you don't want to stay? You don't want to dance with me? I'm like,
she was gonna give you the 2 scoops.
I mean, she was ready.
Woo!
But I was like, those scoops, bro.
Those scoops. Duo scoops.
Mm-hmm. But I'm like,
All that.
Sorry, madam.
Goddamn.
And I pieced out.
Goddamn.
I needed my sleep. She is definitely nothing to disrupt my sleep for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, folks. Like, you know,
he was he looked good.
I pull
good.
from time to time.
He looked good, you know.
But, yeah. We had the hike the next day.
Yeah.
It was our second. It was that hike there where we got all wet and muddy.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
The hot springs.
Because it's crazy because we will never be able to fit all of our stories into a couple of episodes of Costa Rica. But like one of the most beautiful things about the country was that it's so much greenery and there's so much like nature out there. And like for those who don't know Costa Rica, it's a very active. A lot of volcanoes in that area, whether they're not active or active in itself.
There's quite a
rainforest, so they have tons of different animals, like tons of different like species of frogs and spiders and snakes and stuff that we can't even like get too deep into because like we only got to see part of it. But like sloths, I think I might have already said that.
Do you like sloths, huh?
Yeah, they're cute, very cute. We learned a lot about them as well. But just there's so much to that country that it's hard to fit into it. But like one of the coolest things about that trip was the hike that we did at Rio de la Verge. which happens to be the most active volcano in all of Costa Rica.
Mm.
And normally when you think about like going to an active volcano, you're like, no, I don't go to active volcanoes. We voluntarily went to the most active volcano in all of Costa Rica.
White people.
The hike in itself was beautiful. It was definitely a
Yes.
tougher hike. It was a tough
rough.
hike.
Yeah.
Hot, and it was raining here and there, and it's all slushy and stuff. Not slushy, but like muddy.
Yes.
And then we get to the hot springs, and the hot springs were like this point where they've, carved part of the mountain, and then all of the hot springs were actually heated up by the volcano.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't as if it was done electronically or like a hot tub or anything like that. All of the sort of geothermal energy that was created by the volcano was heating these hot springs, which is one of the coolest things I think I've ever done in my life.
And then the mud.
And then they have like volcanic mud.
Yeah.
That you can kind of put on yourself. That's supposed to exfoliate your
Exfoliate. Yeah.
exfoliate your skin.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all got all muddy and like put volcanic ash on ourselves and stuff like that, which is really cool. We didn't get a picture of that, which is one thing I kind of regret, because we all did it. I think that was pretty cool. I had all over my face.
The shower. Hey, yo.
Yeah, voluntarily had volcano, bust all over my face.
Oh my days.
It was tons of fun. But yeah. That's definitely one of the highlights of the trip, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, volcanic
Wow.
all over my face. It was nuts. It was nuts.
All right.
Yeah.
What?
Pun intended.
Oh my days. Yeah. Okay. Well, so we did that, and then we did the ATV excursion.
Yeah, ATVing,
which was great in my opinion.
Yeah, tons of fun.
Great. We were rowdy. I sped up a few times.
Have you driven an ATV before?
No, my very first time.
Yeah. So that was a great experience.
I think so. And it was raining too, so we all thought it was going to be bummy because it was raining and stuff. But no,
made it fun.
It made it much more fun.
We were rolling
puddles,
through
like big, not even
big
like
puddles,
little big ass
puddles.
Like it was mud all over our goddamn raincoat.
Puddle splash over good 5 feet in the air. It was fun.
It was nuts. So yeah, we got through everything. We even took that picture with the dog, which made the highlight of our trip.
We'll try to get that picture in maybe this episode or maybe in our Instagram post or something like that. But,
so it made up for the trip. But yeah, I got fucking stuck like
many
3 times. Like, god damn it. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, why am I stuck? Even at the end, so I just get stuck and the guy helps me out. I'm like, all right, cool. And so I drive for like maybe another minute. We stop because we're entering the parking lot, and my thing gets stuck as soon as we move again. I'm like, what the? And then everybody else is gone at this point. So I'm still on the road, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, well, this is happening. And there's a car passing by, and he's in front of me, and I'm like, move around. He's like, no, please go. I'm like, dude, I'm stuck. Move around. And I had to let him pass. And then I see him and I'm like, lo siento, please, lo siento.
Oh,
and then the guy, our tour guide had to walk back and like, hey, sorry, I didn't see you. And then it's
that's so
good.
funny.
It's like, and on the ATV, it says you're not allowed to take it on the highway. And what was another thing?
Oh, yeah.
It said not allowed to drive on the highway. And one other thing, I forget. But either or, we did drive on the highway.
Yeah, that was one of the cool parts.
That was really cool.
It was like very like we were rolling through the slums of Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Like the hood parts of Costa Rica, like through these roads and all that kind of stuff on the ATV as like a whole gang. It was nuts. Very cool excursion. That was great. Very, very cool excursion.
Very dope.
Yeah.
And then it was the same night that we found out that we were trapped there because of WestJet.
Oh, yes.
But, the excursion was nice, so it was cool. But WestJet kind of ruined a little bit of it. Yeah. But either or, that was our trip experience.
So, before we end this episode, because we are almost at time, give us the overview, Carlos. Would you recommend it? Would you go back? Your overall thoughts of Costa Rica and itself.
I'd go back to Costa Rica. Yeah. I'm hoping that it's a little cheaper by then, but yeah, I would definitely recommend Costa Rica to anyone that wants to go to Tamarindo. Mm-hmm. I recommend it. It's
if you like surfing.
An experience. If you like surfing, swinging, or I guess it's up to you. I definitely there's lots of surfing done in Tamarindo as well, But yeah, no, it's definitely an experience. I do recommend if you do go to Costa Rica, definitely save up money because it is not cheap. But I highly recommend Costa Rica. It's definitely an experience. Definitely one of the best trips I've ever taken, and
Love
I
that.
enjoyed it a lot. What about you?
Yeah, I had tons of fun. It was definitely a trip of a lifetime to go with, like a group of people that we happened to go with. So it was me, our marketing director, and four of my best friends growing up, like guys that I consider my brothers. And for us to be able to kind of all meet at that point in time and have the time
Wait.
to spend with each other. Yeah, 6 of us.
And you didn't say me. You said
There's
4 of your best friends
oh
growing up. You didn't include me.
oh sorry.
This is awkward for the next episode.
No, wait,
And
no,
fuck
'cause it
No,
would've been-
It's fine.
Me, marketing director, and then 4
Yeah. So
of my best friends. Alicia's not my best. Girl's on her own, man.
oh, dry. Well,
we're hiring a new marketing.
definitely ending it here.
We're
'cause-
hiring a new marketing
Yeah, I
director.
mean, shoot, we might need a new host after this. Anywho, but yeah, you
Beautiful.
enjoyed it.
Beautiful country.
Great. So, on that note, I do recommend Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Please, if you guys need a trip to go to, maybe avoid the winter season because the summer seasons here is when it rains a lot. And also it gets wild over there during spring break, so I wouldn't recommend going there. July 4th weekend, or we were there. No, we were there. Never mind. But yeah, we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Carlos,
I'm Ryan.
and this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. And as always, fill it in.